presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, after receiving Lynn Chalmers' note telling Jim she was following her father up into the northern jungle, Jungle Jim and Kolu broke camp and started off to join the Reverend Chalmers and his daughter. On the way, a huge crocodile seized Kolu's paddle and pulled him into the river. Meanwhile, up in the northern bush, the Reverend Chalmers had received an explanation and an apology from Loki, and then rehired him to show the way to the mysterious new ceremony of the natives. Lynn picked up a guide named Mamba at Burowani and soon caught up to her father. He was angry at her arrival, but decided to make the best of it. Mamba turned out to be a guide planted by the vampire Batwoman to promise Loki much gold if they would get the missionary and his daughter. Loki agreed. The thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story. With powerful strokes, Kolu is swimming for the canoe, followed by an angry crocodile.
Come on, Kolu. Just a little more speed and I'll be able to finish you off, Mr. Croc.
Yes, he wants Jim. Kolu, hurry.
All right. Now here's where we put an end to the race. I got him, Kolu. But hurry now.
Okay.
Come on. All right, come on. Now give me your hand.
Yeah.
All right. Look out. Don't tip us over. In you come.
Kolu, give thanks to you, Swan Jim.
Oh, that's all right. Forget it. But don't forget to let go of the paddle if another croc ever grabs it.
Kolu, no forget, Swan.
No, I guess we'd better pull up on shore and get you dried off in the duffel repacked. That wet turban may cause you to catch cold.
Swan, no best.
Oh, you bet Tuan no best. And a little exercise won't do you any harm either. Come on, let's paddle to the shore. Kolu, I've been thinking about the Reverend Chalmers going up the Neuro country, the northern jungle. We know the men up there eat human flesh.
Yes, he, Swan Jim.
I've never mentioned this to you before, but I think it's as good a time as any. Have you ever met any of those people?
Yes, he, Swan. The father of my father, he from Neuro country. He, Neuro man.
Say, I never knew that before. I want you to tell me something about them, but let's get landed first. Pull in your paddle. I'll beat you. There we are. Out you go. Now take off that turban of yours and put it out in the gunnel to dry.
Yes, he, Swan.
Kolu, how can these tribes eat human flesh? Flesh that once moved and breathed and spoke like they themselves.
Neuro man eat human, same you, me, eat pig.
Yes, I've heard the expression eating long pig, but why? There's plenty of game and animals around, especially in the villages they raid.
Maybe game, maybe animal. Neuro man say, why kill them when enemy already killed? Dead animal no more better meat than dead man?
I see. That's the way they figure it, eh?
Yes, he, Swan Jim. Neuro man no wants to waste supply meat.
Economical beggars, aren't they? But Kolu, don't they believe that every human being has a soul?
Yes, he, Swan. Neuro man believe everything have soul, but when die, soul go someplace else.
So do we believe that, Kolu.
Yes, he, Swan Jim. But Neuro man say, if body without soul good eat, go ahead, eat.
Well, every man to his own taste. But those of us who follow Big Fella Master on top in the sky can't do that. We believe that the human body is the temple of the soul, and even after death, the body is still sacred.
Yes, it's Swan Jim. Kolu believe that now.
Back where I came from, Kolu, I used to see pictures of big native chiefs in silk hats and false shirt fronts, standing by huge iron pots and eyeing timid little missionaries as though they were waiting for the water to boil to cook them. My people see those pictures and laugh. But you know, Kolu, right now I'd feel a whole lot better if Reverend Chalmers and his daughter were this side of Burowani.
Yes, it's Swan Jim. Neuro man, other side Burowani. No Neuro man, this side.
Kolu, listen. Tom-Tom.
Yes, it's one. Drums. Swan Jim, better we get away.
Why? That's just some kind of a dance rhythm. Some of your brothers must be celebrating something.
Dance being made for something going to happen. Swan Jim, drums play for dance of Neuro headhunters.
Meanwhile, up in the northern bush, the Reverend Chalmers and Lynn are finishing their dinner.
More coffee, Lynn, my dear?
No, thank you, Dad.
I know you must be tired after your trip up here. We'll retire early tonight. And in the morning, after a good rest, you and your guide will start back to Burowani.
Back to Borowani?
Yes, of course. I thought I'd made it clear to you that you weren't coming up into this wild jungle country.
Well, I'm here now, and I'm going to stay with you.
Oh, no, you're not, Lynn. It's foolish of you to come this far. It would be madness to let you proceed further.
Why, Dad, we didn't see a living thing all the way up from Burawani.
Granted, my dear, but many things saw you. The jungle men were looking down on you from the trees. You were seen every minute.
Then why didn't they come out in the open?
Well, these tree savages never show themselves until they have collected the whole tribe. It was the scouts that kept watch on you. Even now, they're somewhat about us. Watching. They'd attack, but for two things, our guides and that campfire. They have a healthy respect for both.
Well, I can understand that. But, Dad, are there really cannibals up here?
Yes, my dear. That, too, is part of my investigation. I wish to learn which of the 4 kinds of cannibalism exists here.
4 kinds?
Yes.
I thought there was just one. A savage was a cannibal, and that's all there was to it.
Yes, that's the way most people think about it, Lynn. But the truth is there are 4 distinct kinds.
Well, a cannibal is still a cannibal to me. And if I see one coming at me, I'm not going to stop to inquire to which branch he belongs.
If I can help it, my dear, you're not going to get a chance to see one coming at you. Tomorrow, you go back to Burawani.
Back at the plantation, Jacques Labat is facing a problem with his native workers.
Come on, speak up. Which one, you black rascal, stealed that knife? I whip you to pieces, you don't tell me which one it is. Come on, one, you black rascal, steal that knife. I'm sure of that. One, you, Naba, Coco. Which one guilty? Speak up or I'm going to cut you in ribbons. All of you. Yeah, so you know talk, Hein. By God, Jacques Labat make you talk. Take that, and that, and that. What?
Stop that.
You don't understand, boss. Someone, these rascals, steal my knife. I don't let anyone have knife around here.
All right, but that's no way to get any information out of them.
Well, you beat them too, boss.
I beat them to punish them, not to find out anything. You can whip them until your arms drop off and they won't tell you who's guilty. Which one do you suspect?
I think that fellow Walyo, she do this.
All right, we'll soon find out. Now, Boss?
Yes, Missy?
Oh, bring me a pot of water from the kitchen and the calabash cup. Goku? Bring me some pieces of the blood tree.
What you gonna do, boss?
Back in civilization, the police use what they call third-degree methods of getting a confession. They wear a suspect down by a prolonged strain. Well, I'm going to use a little jungle third degree.
Those black fellas, they got no nerves, boss. You no constrain them.
I think we'll bring the confession you want by the ordeal of poison.
Poison? You going to kill?
Shut up, don't let them hear you. I'll handle this. Put the pot of water over there. We got the blood tree wood? Good. Now, you boys sit around here in a circle. That's it. Baba, take that paddle and stir the water while I cut up this blood tree wood into it.
You bet, boss.
See it foam and lather, Baba.
By God, just like you put one piece soap in the water.
Look beneath the white foam.
Dark red, like blood.
Exactly. Go get me the gourd rattles. I'll stir this.
You bet, boss. I go fetch.
Now, listen, you boys. Baba says one of you stole his knife. I know the guilty one won't speak, but I'm going to call on Dambala Waiter to speak for you.
Hear the rattles, boss. What we do now?
What? Sange no nebade corpo. In the name of all the gods and all the mysteries. Dambala Waiter, speak through the guilty one. Speak through the guilty one. Speak! Each of you will come and drink some of this. Walyo, Coco, Hiru, Naba. And now your accuser. Come, Naba.
What? Me, boss? No, by God. I no drink that stuff.
Drink? Fool, I'm going to drink some myself.
What you say is this poison.
It won't hurt you. That's what I shall tell them to help their imaginations a little. Come, Naba.
Okay, boss. I drink.
And now I shall drink, too. There. This will not hurt the innocent, but it will poison the guilty. The guilty one will confess. And Bala Waiter will speak through the mouth of the guilty one.
Oh, boss. I got one big stomach ache.
Shut up. So have I. So have all the others. suggestion of poison backed by the stomach ache will break down the strongest will. If Damballa Oedus speaks in time through the mouth of the guilty one,
my God.
I can save him from the poison death.
Me dying. Save me. Me steal knife. Save me. Me give back. Me sorry.
Naba, you steal that knife, by God. I thought that Walio, she do it.
See, I told you I'd get a confession. All right, Lama. We've all suffered enough. Go fetch some mustard and water, and we'll soon be feeling well again.
Right away, boss. By God, you one smart woman. You find out about that knife.
I've done more than that, Laba. I've showed these boys my magical power. From now on, my slightest word will be law.
Late that night, after the Reverend Chalmers and Lynn have retired to their tents, Mamba and Loki hold a conference.
Mission Tuan and girl sleep now, Loki.
Yes, Mamba. No here, no more talk.
Now?
Yes, Mamba. Now. Come. We kill Mission Tuan and girl.
Loki,
Yes,
who you kill, who me kill.
Loki kill full Mission Tuan. You kill girl. But wait, Mamba. You sure Vampire Bat pay much gold?
Yes, Loki. Vampire Bat promise. Give me 2 pieces gold as promised. See?
Give me 1 piece now.
When you kill Mission Tuan.
Maybe. How Loki sure?
Look, see. Mamba put 2 pieces gold here on ground. We go into tent. When we come out, you take 1 piece gold, Mama take 1 piece.
Loki do. Come. Bring knife. We cut hole in tent.
Who's there?
Lynn, what happened?
Oh, Daddy, I fired at someone who was trying to come in the tent.
Loki, and with a knife.
Dead.
Oh, Daddy, I've killed a man.
And righteously so, my daughter. It was the will of heaven, your life or his. But Lynn, your guide has run away. Loki is dead. We are in a tight spot now.
The thrilling adventures you have just heard dramatized are pictured next Sunday in the Comic Weekly, distributed everywhere with the Hearst Sunday newspapers. The greatest entertainment in the world of pictures is waiting for you each Sunday in the Comic Weekly. Besides Jungle Jim, you will find Bringing Up Father, the Captain Yammer Kids, Flash Gordon, Barney Google, Toots and Casper, Skippy, and another half page of colored poster stamps. Be sure and get the Comic Weekly next Sunday and enjoy a half hour of good, clean fun. And don't forget to be with us next week at the same time for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim. Presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, after Jungle Jim rescued Kolo from the angry crocodile, they made for the shore to repack. Suddenly, they heard tom-toms and dance rhythms. Kolu warned Jim it was the dance of the cannibal headhunters just before starting out on a hunt. Meanwhile, back at the plantation, the French-Canadian overseer Labat, by lashing the natives with his whip, attempted to locate the thief who stole his knife. But the Batwoman performed the ordeal of poison and got the desired confession. She was delighted at the chance to show her magical power and so bring the natives even more under her control. That night, Loki and Mamba, the guides, attempted to kill the Reverend Chalmers and his daughter Lynn. But Lynn fired through the tent and killed Loki. Mamba ran away. These thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. Now we continue the story. Jungle Jim and Kolu stand transfixed by the menacing rhythm of the tom-toms.
Swan Jim.
Huh? What'd you say, Kolu?
Better we get away from here, Swan Jim. Nuro headhunter come this way.
Where can we go? If we get out in the river, they're sure to see us. It will only take one of their poison darts to put an end to either one of us.
Yes, it's Swan Jim. Nuro man shoot straight and far with dark blowers.
Gosh, I can remember as a kid using my pea shooter with fairly successful results. But these bush natives are champions, and they aren't fooling. We can't use the canoe for a getaway. What shall we do?
Better we hide in trees.
I guess that's all we can do. Come, Kolu. First, let's hide the canoe in the reeds and palms here.
Yes, it's one. Kolu will help.
We haven't any too much time either. Come on, push. We'll get this put out of sight, and we'll take care of ourselves. We mustn't find our canoe, or we will be in a bad spot.
Yes, it's one. Jungle plenty thick here. Hard to find way.
There now. I think that'll be far enough. Now take out our guns and all our ammunition. We may need it before we get out of here.
Yes, it's one.
To think we were sympathizing with the Reverend Chalmers. Maybe he's safer where he is. All the Neuro men may be out on this sort of expedition.
Neuro man never leave Neuro country.
Well, they have now. You can hear them for yourself. Have you got everything we need to defend ourselves with?
Yes, it's one, Jim.
Good. Now pull those palm branches down over the hole we made in the foliage.
Kolu do one.
Yeah, that's it. That's fine. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to break off this branch to mark the spot. We don't want to lose track of the hiding place ourselves.
One, Jim. Can see where canoe drag.
By Jove, so you can. Lucky thing you saw that, Kolu. Here, take this branch and smooth out the track in the sand.
Neuro man still dance one.
Yes, I hear them. How long will the dance last, Kolu?
Dance lasts until darkness.
Well, it's almost dark now. What's the idea of this dance, anyway?
Hunters dance after see heads they want. God give them good hunt.
After they see the heads they want, eh? Well, looks like we're elected, Kolu.
Kolu no understand one.
I guess we're the heads they're celebrating for. They must have seen us coming along the river.
Yes, it's one.
Well, if I can pull off the little trick I have in mind, we'll get a few heads to our credit before we lose our own.
What we do, Twan Jim?
In boxing, Kolu, the secret of success is to get the first blows in. And that goes for any other kind of fighting, too. Make the first attack. Carry the fight to the enemy. And if you can surprise him with a rush, the battle's yours.
Twan Jim, we not going to attack headhunters.
That's just what we're going to do, Kolu. Come on. Bring that ammunition and let's go.
Up at the plantation, the Batwoman is worried. She hits the big Chinese gong hanging by the door of the house and impatiently strides up and down the porch.
Yes, Missy.
Where's Labat?
Him eat, Missy.
Again? That ox is always eating. Send him out here.
Yes, Missy. Tuan Yaba, Missy wants tea.
What do you want, boss?
I sent for you, didn't I?
All right, boss. No use for to get mad. Just about only ask for to make sure. What you want, boss?
I'm worried.
What you worry for, boss? Everything goes smooth like ice.
Yes, thin ice, and I've no intention of letting it break under my feet.
What you mean, boss? Nothing like that going for to happen.
I'm not so sure. You never can tell when a native will turn on us.
Oh, after that poison hack you pull off, they all watch their step round here. Ha, 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 ha. By God, every time they see you come, they bow straight to the ground in front of you. Yes, see, missy. Yes, see, missy. Ha, 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 ha. You no need for to worry about this black rascal.
Oh, I know Eru and Wallier and the other boys won't start anything around here. They've reacted to the poison ordeal just as I thought they would. But it's Loki and Mamba I'm worried about.
Why for, boss? That Loki, she managed pull wool over missionary hides again? By God, I never think Loki, she able to do that.
That's what bothers me, Lamba. I told him to see that the Reverend Chalmers got one of our boys to guide him. And instead, when you and I flew Mamba down to Burawani, we found Loki himself had started up this way with a missionary.
Oui, boss.
How do we know what that means? Is he bringing Chalmers here as our prisoner, or is he betraying us to it?
That's what Mamba find out for us, boss. That's why you see that Mamba guide that girl.
You mean that was my plan?
Wait.
How's it working? That's what bothers me. Mamba and Loki were to send up a rocket when they'd done their work, but we haven't seen it yet.
No, that's true, boss. But maybe they no get chance to pull off the job yet.
Maybe they've turned against us. Maybe they've become converted by that psalm singer.
By God, I no think of that, boss.
Well, that's all I've been able to think of. I can't stand this suspense any longer. Come on, Laba.
Where we go, boss?
Have you kept the gasoline tanks full in the plane?
May we, boss. That tank, she all time full up.
Good. Well, come along. I see you've got the plane turned around and all ready to take off.
May we? But where do we go, boss?
Get into the plane.
Okay, boss. Good.
Now, we're going to fly over the camp of the missionary and see if we can learn what's happening.
Meanwhile, Jungle Jim and Kolo are making their way toward the celebrating cannibals.
Careful now, Kolo. We don't want them to see us yet.
No, Tuan. We can see Nuro Man's fire now.
Yes, and the figures dancing around it. They must be getting themselves worked up to the proper pitch.
Nuro Man waits for sign from God. God must say, good hunt. Then Nuro Man put out fire and capture head.
I see. Waiting for a sign from their gods, eh?
Yes, Tuan.
If the sign is good, they'll hunt the heads. If the sign is bad, they'll give up the hunt. Is that it?
Yes, Tuan Jim.
Kolo, you've given me an idea. A great idea.
What Tuan means?
The Neuro men are going to get a sign, all right. It'll be bad for them and good for us.
How Tuan know?
Tuan knows because he's going to give them the sign.
How you make sign, Tuan Jim?
Just wait till we get a little closer.
Now, Tuan Jim?
No. Wait till we get still closer.
Now, Tuan Jim?
Not just yet. Gosh, look at those boys. Aren't they fierce looking? What have they got that white paint on their faces for?
Nuro Man dress up faces when dancing before hunt, Tuan. Bring good hunting.
Is that so? We'll soon see about that.
What you do, Tuan Jim? Better you hurry. Nuro Man see us. No more chance to do anything.
You're telling me. Here, hold my gun while I take off my neckerchief.
Yes, Tuan.
Now, pour that box of cartridges into my neckerchief. Yes, go ahead, pour the whole box in.
Tuan Jim, you need bang-bang gun to save us.
Do as I say, Kolo. Pour some more cartridges into my neckerchief.
Yes, Tuan.
Yeah, that's enough. Now, Kolo, will those boys keep on dancing like that until they get the signal from the guards, or will they stop and wait for the sign?
They stop dance, Tuan Jim.
Good. And when they stop, Kolo, we'll start. I'm going to throw these cartridges into their fire. Stop dancing, Kolo. Are they waiting for the sign now?
Now waiting for sign, Tuan.
Just wait until I tie up this neckerchief a little tighter. There. And when this lands in that fire there, get back to our canoe as fast as you can. From now on, it's every man for himself. Here goes.
Back at the camp of the Reverend Chalmers, the would-be murderer, Mamba, who has escaped Lynn's pistol fire, regains his courage at the thought of all the promised gold now belonging to him. He stands off in the trees watching the missionary and Lynn Chalmers. Then he cuts his way through the back of the tent and enters it. Unaware of the impending danger, father and daughter survey the scene.
Dad, look.
Hey, where, Lynn?
On the ground over there. Something shining in the moonlight.
I say, 2 gold pieces.
Somebody bribed Loki and Mamba to kill us, Dad.
Yes, you must be right, my dear. And that somebody is the leader of this new cult.
Who is the leader?
That's the question. And that's what I'm going to find out.
Listen. An airplane.
Yes, I hear it.
It's flying low over us, but I can't see it. It has many lights on.
Yes, that must be the big black seaplane that flew over this way just before you arrived, Len. They're mixed up in this somehow. Probably they're wondering how their scheme to do away with us works.
There it is, crossing the path of the moon.
Yes.
Well, whoever it is can see me waving at them. Stand here in the moonlight with me, Dad. We'll show them we're perfectly whole and safe.
Oh, I should have mistrusted Loki when he came back to me. His master must have sent him to get me to rehire him. I recall now that he was particularly curious as to whether I carried a gun or not.
Well, it's a good thing I brought this pistol. And that rifle we have in the tent.
It is indeed, my dear. Well, I just put these gold pieces in my wallet. They'll come in handy as evidence. Look, they're brand new, fresh from the mint.
Daddy, look, his body.
Eh?
It's gone.
What? Why, bless my soul if it has. Lynn, the other guide is somewhere about. I'll go and get a rifle from the tent. Lynn! Oh, my daughter.
Tenderly lowering the unconscious girl to the ground, the missionary races to the tent. As he reaches it, Mamba brings the butt of the rifle through the flap and knocks the Reverend senseless. Then, swinging the limp form of the minister across his shoulders, Mamba, the treacherous guide, trots into the jungle. At dawn, Jungle Jim and Kolo spy the missionaries' camp.
There's the camp, Kolo. It must be the Reverend Chalmers.
Maybe, Swan Jim. No see anybody.
Hello? Hello there!
No answer. That's funny.
Camp look like no one there, Swan.
Paddle harder, Kolo. There may be trouble over there.
What will Jungle Jim find at the apparently deserted camp? What has happened to Lynn Chalmers? The very same adventure you have just heard can be seen in full-color action pictures in next Sunday's Comic Weekly, distributed with all Hearst Sunday newspapers. In addition to Jungle Jim and Kolo, you will find many other fascinating characters of the picture world. Toots and Casper, the Katzenjammer Kids, Bringing Up Father, Skippy, Barney Google, and many others. Also a new group of colored poster stamps for your collection. All of these interesting, educational, and entertaining features are to be found in next Sunday's Comic Weekly. And don't forget our date next week at the same time for a continuation of these exciting adventures of Jungle Jim. Presenting the adventures of Jungle Jim. Last week, Kolo and Jim made an attack on the headhunters and broke up their dance by throwing cartridges into their fire. While this was going on, Mamba, the treacherous native, returned to the camp of the missionary and cut his way through the back of the tent. Suddenly, a shot rang out, and Lynn fell into her father's arms. Placing her gently on the ground, the Reverend rushed to the tent, but Mamba knocked him senseless with the butt of a rifle, threw him over his shoulder, and trotted off into the jungle. At dawn, Jungle Jim and Kolo arrived at the apparently deserted camp. These thrilling adventures of Jungle Jim are pictured each Sunday in the Comic Weekly, the world's greatest pictorial supplement of humor and adventure. The Comic Weekly, each page printed in full colors, is distributed everywhere as an integral part of your Hearst Sunday newspaper. And now we continue the story. Jungle Jim again hails the camp.
Hello!
There must be something wrong there, Kolo.
Maybe Mission Tuan and girl go bush, Tuan Jim.
So early? Why would they be going up into the bush for at dawn? If they wanted to get an early start up country, wouldn't they break camp?
Tuan tell true. Kolu no got think. I belong me. He like sleep.
You can't think because you're sleepy, eh? Well, I'm just as sleepy as you. But there's a little mystery to be cleared up over there. Come on, paddle, Kolo. Paddle as hard as you can.
All right, Tuan Jim.
I'll beach the canoe. I'm almost afraid to think about what we may find, Kolo. The Kanakas up here aren't to be trusted.
No, Tuan. Kukurai have more power over Kanakas than Tuan.
Yes, Kolo. But someday the white man will have more power over the Kanakas than the native chiefs. And if I have anything to do with it, it'll be for the good of the Kanakas. Pull in your paddle now, Kolo.
Yes, Tuan.
And that's it. Here we are. Rouse with you.
Tuan Jim.
What?
Look. Girl lie on ground.
Why, it's Lynn. Quick, Kolo. Bring my medicine chest.
Yes, Tuan.
Lynn. Lynn, are you badly hurt? Lynn. Bring a basin of water, Kolo. Oh, Lynn.
Here things belong to you, Tuan Jim. Girl's dead.
No. Her scalp was creased by a bullet. Take your gun and have a look around, Kolo, while I dress the wound.
All right, Tuan. Kolu do.
Oh, Lynn.
Girl, all right now, Tuan Jim.
She's coming around now. Any trace of her father?
No see signs of Mission Tuan. Me find fresh grave near edge of jungle.
Great Scotland, this is awful.
Father, what happened?
This is Jungle Jim with you, Lynn.
Jim?
Yes, and Kolo. We just got here. You've been wounded in the head, Lynn. Oh, no. Don't try to get up just yet. Take it easy, Lynn.
Oh, my head. Jim, Kolo. Thank heaven you're here.
You had a narrow squeak, Lynn. Do you feel better now?
My head feels as though it were going to fall off. But outside of that, I'm all right. But, Father, where is he?
Well, Kolo's had a look around, and he can't find him, Lynn.
No sign Mission Tuan. Me find...
Keep quiet, Kolo.
What's the matter? What did Kolo find?
Now, take it easy, Lynn.
Tell me, what did he find?
Well, there's no use in denying it, Lynn. Your father has disappeared.
Oh,
He may have been killed as you almost were. Kolo says he found a freshly made grave.
Loki's.
What? Loki's? What are you talking about?
Loki was my father's guide. I shot him, and Mamba probably buried him while I was unconscious.
Mamba? Who's Mamba?
My guide. But where's Dad? We must find him. Something terrible has happened. I know it.
Me find bush all torn, all tramped down. That way.
Mamba's taken Dad prisoner.
Kolo, help me break camp here.
Yes, Tuan.
Then we'll track down this Mamba and rescue the Reverend. The big black seaplane circles over the plantation house and lands like a dead leaf on the surface of the inky river.
Well, boss, we home again.
If I ever lay eyes on either of those black rascals, Loki and Mamba, I'll have you flay 'em into ribbons.
By God, you let gentle Jacques Labarre have some fun, huh? I like to fix that Mamba. I wait long time for to have good reason whip him.
Well, you've got one now. Oh, I shouldn't have listened to you, Labarre. Your idea of giving him those 2 pieces of gold beforehand wasn't so good.
You're right, boss. I make big mistake. Those black rascals, they take gold and run away.
And leave that praying parson and his brat of a daughter alive and whole. You saw him wave up at us when we flew over the camp.
We, boss. And no sign Loki or Mamba round.
When they get back, I'll perform some jungle magic that'll make the poison ordeal look like a mail-order card trick.
If I leave anything when I'm through with Black Snake Whip.
We'll see. Maybe I'll do the magic first.
No, boss. Let me have those black boy first. I no want them too sick for to enjoy what I going to give them.
I could have sworn those 2 would obey me. I've showed them the greatest favoritism. I've flattered them, made them presents. And now they turn on me like this.
What I tell you, boss? Treat all like dogs. These Kanakas no men, just black animals.
I guess you're right, Labar.
Mais oui, you bet you my life, boss. Jacques Labar been in these jungle long enough for to know. Say, boss.
Yes?
I like for to ask you a question.
Well, what is it?
First you send Loki. Then you send Mamba for get those missionaires. Now you're mad because they no harm him. Why are you so anxious for to get these missionaires, huh?
Because... Oh, mind your own business, Labar. Why I want that parson is my business. But I'll tell you this. I'm not through with him yet.
Meanwhile, Mamba, with the Reverend Chalmers across his shoulders, is making his way through the jungle.
Say, where am I? What's going on here?
You wake, Tuan?
Mamba.
Then get on feet belong you.
I can hardly straighten up. That wasn't exactly the most comfortable position.
Got to carry mission, Tuan, to go bush.
Bush? Where's my daughter? Where are we?
White girl back there. Lie still on ground.
What?
Mamba hit you with fire stick. Carry you along bush.
No, but see here, Mamba. You can't do this, you know.
Mamba have do.
But I say, my daughter may be badly hurt, even dying. I must go back to her at once.
No can do. Mission Tuan come with Mamba.
Now listen to me, Mamba. I never saw you before you arrived with my daughter at the camp. I see now that you came there on purpose to do this. You bribed Loki to join you. Why have you done this? Why?
Mission Tuan come with Mamba.
Mamba, who sent you to do this? Who was in that plane that flew over our camp before you shot my daughter?
Mission Tuan come with Mamba.
Oh, you won't tell me, eh? Well, I'll find out some other way. Now, Mamba, you've got me captured, and you're the only one armed. Why can't we retrace our steps and see how my daughter is?
No can do.
Mamba, our big fellow master on top in sky commands us to do unto others as we would have them do unto us.
What name?
What do I mean? I mean that we should attend to my daughter, just as you and I would wish Kanaka or friend to look out along for us if we were hurt and left alone.
No can do.
But don't you see, Mamba? I'll stay your prisoner just the same. I'm not asking you to let me go. I'm only asking you to take me back to my daughter. You can bring us both back with you.
Mission Tuan think Mamba foolish like him. Him believe Loki.
I see. You don't trust me. You think I'm leading you into a trap.
What name?
You think I'll get you back there in the hope that Lynn has regained consciousness and could take you prisoner and free me?
Maybe, Tuan.
But, Mamba, I give you my word that won't happen. I'll call to her. I'll tell her that she's to come away with us.
Maski, Mission Tuan come with Mamba.
Pleading no promises won't move you, eh? Then maybe this will. Get away from that gun, Mamba. Get away from that gun. Keep away from that gun.
Mamba, show you.
Over and over, the black man and the Reverend roll in the desperate struggle for the possession of the gun, which the missionary knocked to the ground in his surprise attack. Suddenly, Chalmers gets the gun.
Now, stand back, Mamba.
But the native grasps the barrel of the pistol, jerking it from the missionary's hand, and brings it down on the Reverend's head. He slumps to the ground.
Mission Tuan come with Mamba now.
Back at the Chalmers camp, Lynn, Kolo, and Jim prepare to start after the Reverend and his captor.
Oh, hurry, Jim. Father may be killed.
Take it easy, Lynn. We'll find him if we have to go right into the headhunters' country.
Headhunters? Do they really eat human beings, Jim?
Kolo knows, don't you, Kolo?
Yes, it's one. Father of my father eat human, but Kolu know it wrong.
Oh, but Dad. Oh, let's hurry.
Oh, you ready, Kolo?
Ready, Tuan Jim?
All right, you go first. Lynn will walk in the middle, and I'll keep watching the rear. Follow the broken bushes, Kolo.
All right, Tuan Jim.
Oh, I hope the father doesn't get too far ahead of us, so we'll be able to catch up to him.
So do I. But we can't be very far away if Mamba went on foot. We'll just... Kolo, Lynn,
Yes, it wants
What is it, Jim?
Listen.
The Reverend Chalmers has recovered his senses and resigned himself to going peaceably. Mamba ties his hands behind him and leads him to the plantation house on the other edge of the jungle. As they emerge into the clearing, they are greeted by the French-Canadian Jacques Labat.
My God, Mamba. Huh, so you come back, huh? Who you got there?
Mamba catch a mission to one.
Oh, that's the missionaire fella, huh? By God. Where that Loki? Has he got that girl?
No got one. Loki, him dead.
What? Loki dead? What happened?
Girl shoot fire stick through tent. Kill Loki. Me put him in ground. Me shoot girl, then catch him mission Twan. Me get him Twan. Me want pay.
You come big house, Mamba.
So, you're the one behind all this, are you?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You hired this black cutthroat to murder my daughter and take me prisoner, did you? Why?
I have anything to do for with it, Padre. Not me. No, not Jacques Labat.
Me want pay, Twan.
Don't get in hurry, my friend. We must see the Jungle Queen first.
The Jungle Queen? Who's that?
You soon see. You find out. Hey, boss.
What?
Remember here. Bring missionaire fella.
Bring him in here.
Come on. Boss wants to see you. Here he is, boss.
Missy, here mission Twan. Me catch him, like you say.
Ah, the Reverend Chalmers, I presume.
Lily DeVries, commonly known as Shanghai Leo.
I don't like that commonly known stuff, Reverend.
Yes, I see it all now. You're the back of all this murder. You're the vampire bat.
That's right. I'm glad to see you, Reverend Chalmers. You tried to reform me once by sending me to prison for 10 years. Now I'll show you how successful you were.
What will be the fate of the Reverend Chalmers now that he has unmasked the vampire Batwoman? Will Jungle Jim and Kolo solve the mystery of the whereabouts of the missionary in time to avert that horrible fate? You will find full-color action pictures illustrating the adventure you have just heard in the Comic Weekly distributed next Sunday with all Hearst Sunday newspapers. You will also find many other famous characters of the world of pictures, including the Katzenjammer Kid, Toots and Casper, the Little King, and many others. Collectors of colored poster stamps will be delighted with the new and unusual varieties in the next group released through the Comic Weekly. And don't forget our date at the same time next week for a continuation of the adventures of Jungle Jim.